Our world is so full of things that pull our attention in a million different directions, that want us to be so focused, yet so scattered. Spiritual practices are a faithful way of practicing resistance to this tension in our world. So I want to reference Walter Brueggemann, who, if you are familiar with kind of the Presbyterian or even mainline theological world, just passed away in the last few weeks. He was an amazing Old Testament scholar in the Presbyterian tradition, and one of, maybe not his most famous books, but one of my personal favorites is entitled Sabbath as Resistance. Right? Walter Brueggemann specialized in researching the Old Testament and looking at how Old Testament theology and ideas were applicable to modern life, right? And so he has this study on why the practice of Sabbath keeping as commanded in the Ten Commandments is so critical in our modern life. He talks about that Sabbath, as it's originally presented in the Ten Commandments, is a response to the empire of Pharaoh. Right? That Pharaoh has, the Egyptian empire has this idea of scarcity. There's never going to be enough. Pharaoh is commanding the Israelites who are in slavery to build these cities that were basically giant storehouses because Pharaoh never had enough. They were storing up more and more stuff even while people were going hungry. And the God of Israel says, no. It is important for you to rest. It's important to live in the abundance of God, not in the fear of scarcity of the empire. And Walter Brueggemann talks about how it is critical for us to hold that practice as well, because we have the same pressures in our world. That fear of scarcity, the fear of not having enough, of there not being enough. And for us to push back and say, no, with God there is enough. And when we create space in our lives for God to move, we are reclaiming our freedom as people of Christ.